All right, I was going to talk about some of the video stuff we've been working on and share. Good grief. It's like Lord of the Flies up in here. Look at this. I mean, we're in quarantine. There's still a sun. Hold on. Oh, God, that's better. I woke up like that, if you can believe that. Pretty soon, for my next video, I'm going to be chewing on my couch for 6 hours. So this is the office. This is my office. It's a mess because we got video equipment all over the place. I've also got a mattress in here because I'm sleeping in here because my mom is staying with me right now for quarantine. And this is actually a pretty sick camp mattress. If you guys camp at all, it's an X-Bed Mega Mat. They're pretty expensive, but I have like a really nice latex mattress that I normally sleep on, and this thing is almost as comfortable as that. So if you camp, it's definitely not backpacking material. It's kind of heavy, but that's the thing to get. So anyway, now you've seen my bed, my temporary bed, and what I look like when I wake up. So next we have the office. Here's all the gear. So there's some crap here, like my kids' socks, my socks. But we've got, so these are lights. These are LED panel lights. They're really cheap ones too. There's a couple things that I've learned. We're slowly learning on video. You wouldn't know it because our videos so far have been just surprisingly bad quality as we work out all the kinks. Hopefully the audio on this one is going to be much better because I've got a much better audio recorder now. So I'm going to walk through some of this stuff real quick. You guys can see what we're using. These are LED panel lights. They're, these are super cheap on Amazon. I think I got like 3 of them for like $150. They are worth about that, maybe even less than that. They're terrible. They make like a splotchy sort of light. I've learned if you want to have like really good lighting, you really need to spend, like this guy was about $1,000. So it's an Aputure light, or it's an Aputure, what is it, 120D. The light's in that guy, and then this is a gigantic softbox, essentially umbrella thing to soften the light, make it look better. Basically, if you spend less than like $500 on a light, it's going to be pretty crappy. That's not to say you can't use cheaper stuff. Like I'm filming this literally on my iPhone right now, although the audio is going into a really expensive recorder. So you can get away with much cheaper stuff, and honestly, it'll probably look better than the stuff we've published up to this point because we're working out all those kinks. But so don't let that hold you up. If you're thinking about doing this, you can literally just pull up a phone and start talking. But we're trying to work out some quality and try to improve things and make the video look really good. So that's why we're spending all this time. So we've got tripods here. That's that. This is a wireless Sennheiser wireless lav mic system. This is a Zoom H5 recorder. You can kind of see it's a little audio recorder. It's actually not that amazing. It's kind of noisy. The noise floor, as they call it, is pretty high. So it makes a lot of noise. Another LED panel light. Here's a boom with a mic attached. This is a shotgun mic. I think it's an Audio-Technica AT875R. It's a pretty good shotgun mic. Let's see, what else we got here? Okay, so this is the MixPre 6. This is a audio recorder. This is what I'm recording this on right now. This should be, we just picked this up yesterday. This should be much better quality audio. That's a big thing. If you can get good audio in your videos, it's going to make a huge difference. Good audio and good lighting. The camera doesn't have to be that great. You can film it on an iPhone, but good lighting and good audio. It turns out like natural light is pretty damn good. So like I'm standing in front of a window right now. There's my mic. Hello. And it's pretty good. I mean, it's actually hard to replicate natural light. So if you can just shoot a natural light, if it's bright out, that's usually a pretty good way to do it. You don't need an expensive camera. If you can get good audio, that can make a huge difference. Let's see, what are these? These are like, we call these gels. They're like for lighting. You put them over top of, they're like these colored sheets you put over top of the lights because, especially for these crappy LED lights, the color temperature is different. So like they might be too white or too reddish or too greenish or too magenta-y. So these little sheets you can put over and sort of fix the tone of the light and get them to match each other. Some complex stuff. This is a color meter, a light meter. You've probably seen these things on movies. Helps you get the right lighting. We've got flash, we've got microphone. Here is just an absolute shit show of stuff. Tripods, lights. This is just stuff I'm sorting through right now. Here's the Sennheiser, which I'm using, the Sennheiser wireless lav mic, which is what I'm using now. There's the Mix Pre 6 recorder, and this is going to sound, you're going to hear this, it's going to sound much, much better on this recording. The noise floor, so I'll stop talking for a sec and you'll see what I mean. It should be pretty quiet. We're going to find out. Watch it not be, though. Should be very quiet, not a lot of on really shitty audio equipment, you'll hear like a background shh. That's just way too loud. You can actually hear that on a lot of our other recordings because I recorded it with the mic going into the camera, and the camera has really terrible preamps, audio preamps, which adds a lot of noise. I learned this fairly recently. So you have to use, if you want to get really good quality audio, you don't want to route your mic into your DSLR camera. If you've got a really high-end like video camera, that might be different, but that's why we're using this separate audio recorder here, which also routes into the computer, so I can do like screencasts, or share my desktop and record my face at the same time. Here's another wired lav mic. So here's what I would do if you were going to get started with this stuff and you wanted to go cheap as possible. I would do this. I would buy this ring light. Let me show you what it looks like. It's actually incredibly bright, like really bright. So I would buy this ring light and you can clip it onto your iPhone and see, look, all right, there's ring light with ring light. Not a huge difference. I've got overhead light on right now, which is probably throwing stuff off because it's kind of a different color light. There's with ring light. There's without. I got my windows open, so I don't know. Maybe you don't even need a ring light. Maybe you can just use natural light. So maybe scratch that. Just use natural light. Get one of these Tascams. It's a Tascam DR10L, and it's a lav mic, but it's not wireless. It's wired, and it just records into this little case. You put a little SD card in here, and it records into this thing, and then you pull the SD card out, you plug it into your computer, and then you can sync up the audio with the video that you recorded on your phone, and then you can get much better audio quality if that's what you're going for. And this little Tascam DR10L was, I think it was like $150 maybe. So that's a hell of a lot cheaper than the Mix Pre 6, which is about $900. And a Sennheiser wireless lav system, which is like another $500. So you can do this a hell of a lot cheaper. If you want to upgrade a little bit, we've got some, you can see, this is a Canon, what is this? The 80D. This actually does pretty good video. It's also got a little flip out screen, which is pretty useful if you're trying to frame the shot and you're shooting selfies. Basically, you're shooting yourself and you want to see how you look, make sure you're in the frame and all that. That's super handy. This is a Sony a7R III, probably way more camera than we need, a whole bunch of lenses and stuff. 99% of this stuff we don't actually need, and I'll probably sell at some point in time. But yeah, like I said, if you're looking to like start doing some videos for your business or whatever, the cheapest, quickest way to do it, just try to get the audio good. Solid audio is going to make a massive difference. It's not going to add a ton of time. And then use natural light. So use natural light, try to get some good audio. This is a Tascam DR10L. I think, like I said, these are probably $150, maybe $180 on Amazon. And that's pretty much all you need to really get going. You don't need any of the other stuff that I bought. So yeah, that's a little rundown. My office is going to look a hell of a lot cleaner pretty soon. But, like I said, we've got a little Lord of the Flies situation here in quarantine. Hope you guys are hanging in there. See ya.